leading the way with important local coverage. WISN 12 News at 6 starts right now.
A gruesome crime sending shockwaves throughout Milwaukee.
State of Wisconsin versus Maxwell Anderson.
A young woman killed, her severed leg found in a park. Tonight, the first date police say ended in murder. The man at the center of the investigation.
Are you concerned that there could be other victims?
And the pressing questions that remain.
A few showers popped up this afternoon, but we're tracking a very nice and warm weekend on Weather Watch 12.
Then Milwaukee's marathon returns to the lakefront.
We just don't want to tow people cars if we don't have to.
The warning about parking, what you need to know if you're headed downtown.
I came home, my stuff was outside, or what was left of it. And so I was living in my vehicle.
Plus, a veteran shares his story from heartbreak to homeless, the program that got a roof over his head, and the hope for others tonight.
Breaking news at 6, a Milwaukee man is now charged with killing and dismembering a 19-year-old woman.
Investigators saying Maxwell Anderson killed Sade Robinson following their first date. They have linked DNA from a severed leg discovered at Warnemont Park in Cudahy to the young woman, but say they have yet to locate the rest of her body. Meanwhile, new information is revealed regarding her whereabouts the night she disappeared.
Those specifics laid out in a criminal complaint charging Maxwell Anderson with homicide, mutilation, and arson.
We have team coverage. Kendall Keys is live with Anderson's court appearance.
First, Hannah Hilliard is live at his home near 39th in Oklahoma. Hannah, we've learned investigators used Robinson's phone records to tie the two together the night of April 1st.
Right, Patrick and Joyce, on a first date, they made a stop at Twisted Fisherman and then Duke's on Water in downtown Milwaukee before coming here to Anderson's home at 39th and Oklahoma. Robinson was never seen alive again, and Anderson is now charged with her murder. Friends and family of Sade Robinson scoured Kern Park Friday as they learned more of her remains are still missing following a date with this man, Maxwell Anderson.
Our hearts and prayers go out to the family of Sade Robinson.
A criminal complaint just released says investigators used Robinson's cell phone records to follow her movements the last day she was seen alive, April 1st. It says she met with Anderson for dinner and drinks. Robinson's phone was then tracked to Anderson's home for 3 hours. An hour later, her phone pinged at Kern Park, and then following a drive across the city, it was last traced to Warnemont Park, the same spot investigators found Robinson's severed leg on the shorelines of Lake Michigan, April 2nd. That same day, the Milwaukee Police Department found Robinson's car torched near 31st and Lisbon, and later found a foot and flesh near that area. A new photo from a city bus shows Anderson near that crime scene. Thursday, April 4th, this exclusive video appears to show the moment deputies arrested Anderson. That same day, we know they searched his home. The criminal complaint saying they found blood on a bed and on the walls leading toward the basement. What did you find inside that home, specifically in the basement?
Cannot release that at this time.
Law enforcement sources tell 12 News investigators found what is described as a sex dungeon in the home. Are you looking into other missing women and reviewing those cases to possibly connect it to this case?
This is an ongoing case, and we have looked at other parts of the investigation to see if there are any others that could be linked, and so far there hasn't been any evidence that there is any other victims.
Are you concerned that there could be other victims?
There hasn't been anything that is pointing to that right now.
Hannah, while the sheriff and the police chief have connected some dots, there are still several questions.
Right, including how and where Robinson was killed, a possible motive, and what murder weapon was used. All of those questions directly asked to investigators today, but not answered. We did learn, as we mentioned, her phone last pinged in Warnemont Park, but was also actually found along with her clothing inside the trunk of that burnt-out car.
Hannah Hilliard reporting live in Milwaukee tonight. A court commissioner set Anderson's bail at $5 million.
12 News' Kendall Keys is live at the Milwaukee County Courthouse. And Kendall, emotions ran high after Anderson faced the court.
Sade Robinson's family audibly upset during Anderson's appearance. We spoke with her mother, distraught after learning what police say happened to her daughter.
Sick son of a hurt my baby. She hurt nobody. She harmed nobody.
33-year-old Maxwell Anderson appeared in court in an orange jumpsuit with a scowl on his face. He spoke once, confirming to the court commissioner that he understood the maximum punishment, life behind bars. Prosecutors saying he killed and dismembered 19-year-old Sade Robinson after a first date, while Anderson's attorney argued the state didn't have enough evidence to support the first-degree intentional homicide charge.
The allegations in the complaint are abhorrent. It is the highest level of violence imaginable. With respect to showing probable cause that this defendant, that Maxwell Anderson, intentionally killed the victim, that he did so, I think it's lacking.
Kendall, we continue to learn more about Maxwell Anderson.
Right, Joyce. We know he's bartended at several different downtown Milwaukee locations, including the Rave, Twisted Fisherman, and most recently Victor's. He went to 3 different Waukesha County high schools, and after was a sailor with the United States Navy. The military would not detail why that separation happened back in 2012.
Kendall Keys reporting live in Milwaukee. Thank you. And you can read the entire criminal complaint for yourself. It is on the 12 News app right now. There you'll also find more of today's news conference from Milwaukee County law enforcement officials.
Right now we want to take a look at weather. A sunny and warm weekend on the way.
A few showers earlier today, but we are drying out now, Gina.
That is right. Just in time for that weekend. We did have a few little showers and even a couple claps of thunder, but now just a fair weather, few cumulus clouds that are passing through. Right now looking at Delavan, 63 degrees. The winds are still pretty strong at the moment. We did see some higher gusts near 40-45 miles per hour, and the radar was also a lot more active earlier in the day as well. But look how quickly those showers have dissipated as we head into the evening hours, and we're expected to have a dry overnight. How about this weekend forecast? Maybe you're going up to the cabin to dust things off up into the Northwoods. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s pretty much for everywhere you go across Wisconsin. It looks like we'll continue this dry weather into Monday, but tracking a chance of showers and storms once again Tuesday. Talking about that on Weather Watch 12.
Right now, a live look at American Family Field as one of the opening acts for country star Luke Combs is performing inside. Combs and Company will have another concert at the ballpark tomorrow as well. And if you're heading out to those shows, organizers are encouraging you to buy parking passes ahead of time, as they cannot guarantee they'll have a spot for everyone. And as we talk about parking, the Milwaukee Marathon returns tomorrow for the first time in 5 years.
Exciting for the runners, but a potential issue for people parking in the area. 12 News' Nick Bohr is live at Humboldt Park in Milwaukee. Where the marathon ends, Nick, the city is issuing a warning about parking along the route.
Right, Patrick, this is the finish line for all 3 events, the 5K, the half marathon, and the full marathon, with thousands of people taking part. For safety, the city is restricting parking all around the city. So really, if you park anywhere in the city, double check tonight to make sure your spot is still legal or risk being towed. For the first time since 2019, the Milwaukee Marathon and thousands of runners are back.
I'm very excited. I've run a lot of marathons. I've run 75 marathons, so I'm really excited about coming back to Milwaukee and running in the area here.
Even if you're not picking up a bib at the Baird Center today, you could still be impacted by the marathon.
We just don't want to tow people cars if we don't have to.
Oh, but they will be doing just that, starting at midnight tonight all across the route, stretching across the city. Restricted parking signs and bagged meters are going up.
The east side of the city, stretching far north and as far south, will be affected, particularly the Bayview areas on the south side, and on the north side, the UWM area.
There are 3 routes in all, from the marathon to the half marathon to the 5K, all ending at Humboldt Park.
We're tasked with the responsibility of ensuring that this route is cleared so that participants in the marathon can participate safely.
It's my first race ever.
Kira Voden won't be focused on the parking, though. For her, it's about finishing her first half marathon. Hoping for good weather and...
I hope so. Lots of sun. I know there's beer at the end, so it'll be worth it.
Well, Nick, we're talking about some major streets that'll be affected by this.
Right, Patrick, these closures go into effect at midnight in most cases, including busy East Oklahoma Avenue here along Humboldt Park, as well as portions of Lake Drive, Broadway, Lincoln, Memorial Drive, and Kinnickinnick Avenue. So double check the signs and the meters where you usually park. Even if you park there every night, the towing begins at midnight.
All right, you've been warned. Nick Bohr reporting live in Milwaukee.
New tonight, a former Republican congressman from Wisconsin criticizing former President Donald Trump for continuing to falsely claim Trump won Wisconsin in 2020.
He just seems obsessed with campaigning on a 2020 issue when you've got these almost gifts that the Biden administration has given him with chaos at the border and with inflation. And President Trump might write his own epitaph here politically if he continues to look backwards. Wisconsin's elections are safe. They were safe in 2020, safe in 2022. They'll be safe in 2024.
Former Republican Congressman Reed Ribble, an exclusive guest Sunday on Upfront, just as Congressman Mike Gallagher prepares to resign next week. Now the Republican battle for the district and the new Trump endorsements. It's all news Sunday morning at 9 right here on WISN 12. Still to come, homes for homeless vets.
How a local veteran says a Milwaukee VA program is helping him get back on his feet.
And more movies returning to Milwaukee's East Side. How soon you can catch a film at the historic Downer Theater.
And after a few little rain showers earlier today, the sun's starting to peek back out here in Waukesha. It looks like lots of sun and 60s on the way for your weekend forecast.